Hi, this is Matt Yadler, Sherlock Home Inspections. Phone number is 971-212-7481. Website address is yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is December 5th, 2024. The address we're inspecting today is 14530 Southwest 92nd Avenue, Tigard, Oregon 97224. We're about to perform a video inspection of the property's main sewer line through the backyard exterior cleanout. The equipment being used today is the Rigid Sea Snake. This is one of the best sewer cameras on the market today. Before we begin this video inspection, it is to be noted that some age sewer pipes made out of clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged or sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys, and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspection must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made out of cast iron, ABS, 3034, or HDPE pipe with all appropriate fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, bellies, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommends replacing any sewer pipe that does not meet these specifications. Here we go. So we have a 4-inch ABS plastic clean out, and then it looks like it was spliced into cast iron piping. So immediately we transition to cast iron. And then we go to concrete. So it looks like plastic to cast iron to concrete. Obviously the cast iron and the concrete are older materials, and the plastic could be older too, but these are typically materials, the cast iron and the concrete are materials that you want to monitor, keep an eye on. We're definitely seeing some aging and some wear, some deterioration in the concrete pipe. It looks like we're going to turn right and turn right again. So it does look like we're going to wrap all the way around. All right. Or possibly wrap all the way around and head to the street in front of the house. Looks like there's an earthworm in there. That typically signifies that some of these joints and the sections of pipe that wear first are where the two sections of pipe come together. So this joint right here, is typically where the concrete pipe wears first. And obviously, it's an older pipe, probably from the 60s. Anytime you get any earthworms in there, then there might be little pinhole openings or whatever. So definitely the pipe is showing its age. You can see that it's worn pretty heavily at the joints. Yeah, so each section where the two sections of pipe spliced together, each joint or junction is pretty heavily worn. Definitely the pipe is nearing its what would be considered typical life expectancy. And that is pretty much where you're seeing most of the wear, is at those joints.
Anything so far?
And so, like I've been documenting the whole time, really, there's nothing catastrophic happening, but there's also a good amount of deterioration at the joint. So all the sections, the joint where the two sections of pipe come together, are pretty heavily worn there.
You mean? I've seen a lot worse.
So the aging and the wear on the joints and junctions of the pipe has seemed to get better as we went on. They're a little bit worse up closer to the house. This is the first area where we have a little bit of marginal pitch, where the pipe goes a little flat here. Again, it's such a large pipe, it's not catastrophic, but there the water level has been flowing pretty strongly. There we have the water level reaching and covering the camera lens, typically called a water belly. So we're completely submerged here. I'll be curious to see when we turn off the water how the area reacts, but as you can see, there's a lot of debris at the 80 foot mark here. So the pipe does, it's solid debris here. So the pipe is definitely having some issues. And then we pop out of it. So we may have bought some time. We pushed a blockage through. Yeah. So definitely the pipe was in process of having some problems. And so this is about how you expect to see the water moving through the line. We're burning right ahead, and then about, like I said, the 80 foot mark we go underwater. And we did push a blockage through, so at 80 feet we're underwater. I don't like how everything is so solid here. We kind of push through it, so that's kind of what we're having to push through, a blockage. So we come out of it about 85 feet, so about a 5 foot area where probably the marginal pitch, the kind of flat pitch in the pipe has caused, over the years, caused toilet paper to kind of catch and build up. And we're definitely pushing it through. So this is out in the roadway. So we'll call it, I think the entire length will be about 110 feet. And then of course, this is at the lateral piping, but there's some pretty heavy deterioration there. So I'm going to run a test on the pipe. I'm going to turn off all the water, drain everything out of the pipe, and look at the pipe in reverse. Okay, we have turned off the water, drained everything out. So again, we're going to say about 110 feet to the lateral. You can see there's still some residual stuff making its way through. I really wanted to check out like the 80-foot mark and just kind of see how the area that was catching some debris, how that reacts with the water off. At this point, yes. Definitely a lot of hard to say whether flushable wipes were being used or this just toilet paper catching on the more jagged asbestos concrete piping. I guess this is an aggregate concrete. So I would recommend taking the video and the report and passing it on to a drain repair specialist to deem next steps to determine if this is something we keep an eye on for a while and just repair it as it really fails, or if this is a thing that we should have repaired now. So we'll let the drain repair technicians deem the next steps for us. There was a lot of buildup in the one area. That's probably the biggest area of wear there. You can see we're really pretty worn around there. And this was where the pipe was bellying, where we had the water, and with the water off, looks like we get some good news that overall the vast majority of water drained out. So that's really good news, and that we still like our pitch in the pipe. You can see some earthworms in the pipe and stuff like that. So definitely, you know, those joints are not completely watertight anymore and have some openings for critters to come on in. But I think that this is good news for our pitch in the pipe, is that even though we had water submerge the camera head, once we turned off the water, everything went ahead. For the most part, everything drained on out. If a drain repair specialist doesn't deem that repairs are necessary, then it would be wise to consider this deferred cost, meaning that something is going to have to happen with this pipe in the near future, even if a drain repair technician determines that it should just be monitored for a while. There's some more wear. Yeah, the joints were a little bit more worn as we got closer to the house. There's another good shot at the deterioration in the joints. And again, there's pretty heavy deterioration at the joints in the pipe. There you go. That's a pretty heavy deterioration joint right there. There's our cast iron piping. And then it'll back right into our ABS plastic piping there. So again, I would recommend passing the video and the report on to a drain repair specialist to make suggestions. So at this point, I'd say the sewer pipe needs some attention. Like I said, if the drain repair specialist deems that there's more life in this pipe, then it would be wise to go into it knowing that somebody's going to have to do some upgrading, updating, or repairs to the pipe in the future.